about religion. Religion is something else. Now, you can stop drinking, you can stop using, you can stop gambling, but if there is no personality change, then you are what we call a dry drunk. Right? And the personality change has to come with the ongoing working in the steps, with the ongoing working of the meeting. One of my favorite books, of course, the big book, but also there's the book 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. The 12 Traditions doesn't interest me, but the 12 Steps, right? Those, I believe that the 12-step program was God's gift to mankind. Right? But we have to use it. We have to use it. Sometimes it's a shame that we don't use it properly. Yeah? Come into a guy's office, and he has a beautiful clock sitting there. It's one of these chronometers, right? It tells the time here, and in Australia, and in London, and whatever, and the weather outside, and whatever, right? But the clock's not set right, and he's using it as a paperweight. I said, why don't you set that clock? Oh, he said, no, I just use it as a paperweight. I said, are you crazy? That's a tremendously important, very valuable instrument. Why using it as a paperweight? You see, if we have the program and we use it as a paperweight, instead of realizing all the good it can do to us, and working the steps, and constantly reviewing the steps, and we have to constantly review the steps, because that enemy is out there to get us, and the enemy never stops. I want to tell you one thing that I think is important, and then I'm quitting. And that is, that's the woman who in 1961 introduced me to the 12-step program. It's a long story, but she ultimately became sober she didn't even know why she became sober. And I had to figure it out. I saw her once a week for 13 years. The reason that she became sober, she wasn't aware of it. But she finally had a spiritual awakening, which consisted of her being aware, I am too good a person to let anything like this bring me down. Now, you know something? If you're working around the house and you've got clothes that have been, you know, work clothes and the oil spots, whatever kind of dirt there is, you don't care if it gets another dirty spot. If you're wearing a fine garment, you're wearing a beautiful silk dress, costs you $600, and you're going out to some kind of event, you know how careful you are to see that no food gets dripped on it. Right? It's too beautiful to let it become soil. That's how we have to feel about ourselves. We're too beautiful to let ourselves become anything less than that. Now, I love the program so much that I don't tamper with it. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And yet, I tell people to make one change in the program. And so I asked them, I said, okay, how do you, if you were asked, you're at a meeting, and they asked you to read the steps or whatever, how do you introduce yourself? He said, well, I say, my name is Jim, and I'm an addict. And I said, okay, and how do you introduce yourself? Well, my name is Grace, and I'm an alcoholic. I said, okay, I want you to change that. Jim, I want you to introduce yourself to say, my name is Jim, I am a beautiful person who's an alcoholic. And I want you, Grace, to say, I am a beautiful person who's an addict. We have to remember that we're addicts, we have to remember we're alcoholics, we have to remember that we're compulsive gamblers, because the moment we forget that, we're in trouble. Right? But at the same token, we also have to remember why we should really stay sober, why we should really stay clean, why we should really stay abstinent. And that is because we're too good to let something happen to us that'll take away from our beauty. So that's what the program has done for me. I hope it does it for you. Thank you for listening.